How was it for you in dealing with, I imagine your experience was extremely traumatizing. How did you have to cope with it?
It's interesting because you're speaking about the military, but we went through PTSD. And I'm going through it to the day, and I feel like until the day I die, I'll be suffering from PTSD. And I watched how my whole family was affected by it in all different ways. Probably the first thing that happened to all of us is what was robbed from us was everything that America stood for. America stood for the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's about being a free person. We weren't free anymore. We suddenly we carried this burden with us. We began to look over our shoulder. I know I did. I remember just taking my children, if I had to go on a train, I kept saying to them, stand far back from the tracks. Don't go near the tracks. I became, and today, if I go in a car, and somebody else is driving the car, and I remember I was speaking to Lisa about this, and even if it doesn't matter who it is. Now I work with law enforcement. I can be with them in the car, so you'd think you'd be safe with them. Right. I'm always saying, don't fly, because my son was murdered as a passenger in the car, and I will never, ever, ever be free. And then I watch how every single one of my children, all my sons, my son's name was Ari, all his siblings were affected in a different way. Absolutely. As they went on in life, he was murdered 15 years ago. Every single child was affected differently. The older ones, as I see, they married, like my oldest daughter, who was married with children of her own. I can see, like, she would never, when she flies, she would never give the kids Benadryl, any type of medication. And I know they're always worried for their children. All of a sudden, and I know, and in my heart, I'm always crying. Because when I look at them, I think, look what these kids lost. They were just regular. They lost their youth. They really lost their youth, my kids.
But isn't there...